So with this video, this is our new epidural pump that we had to go, and the projected go live date is January 18th here at our hospital. The reason we are switching over to this is because the maker of the old tubing for epidurals is no longer going to be making that, so we have to change our pumps. And this is something that's happening in all hospitals nationwide, so we are now decided to go with this Kirtland Medical epidural pump. So I'm doing a recorded video to show you how to use it. So first thing you want to do is turn on the pump, and I'm going to go over a couple of buttons for you so you know how to use this. Just to show you while it's turning on, there is an up and down arrow to move up and down on your selection, and then most often the keys that you're going to use are yes, no, and run or pause. So on the main screen, once it's turned on and done a couple of safety checks, you'll see that there are two options. That's program and library. Program is for putting in a new program or prescription on your patient. Library is something that could be done in the future. Our hospital did not choose to preset a library of prescriptions. So if you go down to it, library, by using the down arrow and hit yes, it's going to say there is no library. So that's okay, that's normal. Maybe one day they will choose to upload a library to all the pumps, but right now they have not. So what you're going to want to do is hit yes or enter once you're selected the program, and that will take you to the next screen. Again, you'll see that it is selected as an epidural or epi on the side. You can resume as if maybe you just turn this off briefly and want to turn it back on and keep the same prescription and whatnot. So that would be one option. The repeat prescription option is the next one, and that is you would use if you were changing a new bag, epidural bag. Let's say yours ran dry and you wanted to use the same prescription but change your bag. So that would be changing your bag and keeping that same prescription. New program is if you have new prescription, new patient, and you want to enter a new program prescription. So what I'm going to do is walk you through how to do that. So what you're going to do is hit yes. It does require a code. I'm not going to show you the code, but we will give that to you just in case somebody were to watch this video that doesn't need to know the code. There is a code to that. So what you then can do on the next is you want to do a new program or a new prescription. So you say yes, hit enter. And yes, we want to erase any old data or information or erase an old script if it was saved in here. So you hit yes to do that. Again, it's going to read on the top that it's unidentified because we don't have any saved libraries. That's the reason it will always say that. If you hit the down arrow under units, you can change the units. To do that, you're going to have to hit the no button underneath. It does say change. It's saved to start off at mLs, but if you ever had to change it to milligrams or micrograms for whatever reason, you could do that. So we're going to keep it in mLs for right now. Hit enter. In the future, or at one point, they could change this. Right now, it won't let you change it to anything else other than epidural, but these pumps technically could be used for other PCAs. But it's saved to epidural right now, and you can't even change that if you wanted to. Loading dose, some doctors may prescribe a loading dose, so if they did, you just type in the volume and then hit enter. So enter, we're going to move on. Don't worry about med limits right now, so that will just leave and keep off. Hit yes. And then if you're happy with all that, you go to the next page. You hit yes again. The bag volume or standard bag volume is going to be 100 ml, so you just want to type that in. If you type that in and hit the down arrow instead of enter, watch what happens. It goes to 0, and then ends up, if you continue to go down, it will eventually get mad at you. So instead of using the down arrow, to go down to the next screen, you have to hit yes every single time. So don't forget to do that, or you'll just end up wasting your time and putting it in again later. So the basal rate, you look at your prescription and put in whatever they've given you on the order. Patient bolus, again, same thing. Check your prescription and follow whatever the anesthesiologist ordered for you. Bolus interval in minutes, is how many minutes for your bolus dose or your PCA dose. Hit yes, enter there. And then the number of boluses that they are allowing per hour, which again is from your order on the anesthesiologist. So I'm just making up numbers here. Yes, enter. Yes to be done. So what you would then want to do before starting would be to go get another nurse and go to a review, and then go through the program with them and verify it with the prescription before starting. So if you want to do that, what you would have to do is hit no, and then go through the prescription. Again, if this was brand new and you hadn't primed your line, I did have a video for how to prime a line and start a new line, so refer to that video for doing that, but you could prime a line at this point. And then once you've done with another nurse and double check, you hit run to start. So just to show you how to review, you go to no, and it will go scroll down, and you just want to hit yes to everything again with another nurse in the room, verifying your order, go through everything, make sure that you're happy with it, and hit yes, and go all the way down and look through it. So that's how you do a review. And now that you're ready, you've hooked up to the patient and double verified, scanned the patient and the MAR, and you hit run to start. Now you're running. There are a couple other options that I just want to show you. In case you want to check your power, that's a check power button, you just push there. If you want to hold the screen on anything that is, because it will scan through the prescription slowly, you could hold down the hold screen, number 4, and do that. You can check your prescription by hitting prescription info, therapy info, clear shift totals if you want to do that. You can check your hourly totals. Just a lot of options that you have here on the hotkeys. You just push them and it will tell you about it. So let's say, hey, we wanted to check our prescription, and we could push that down and it would go to this page and just show us that for a little bit. So if we wanted to hold that screen, you could just then hold down the 4 button until it kept it. So that's just kind of the basics. It is locked on the side, and as well as locked on your pole in the back, so you will need a key to get that, to find out where we designate and are holding these. I don't think it's been determined yet, but hopefully they will be in the Pyxis on the units, would be preferable. Anyway, so there are a couple other videos to look at. This is just the introduction of the machine and how to the buttons. If you were having an issue and you wanted to pause, what you want to do is hit pause. So let's say there was a problem with your patient, they were hypotensive or something like that, or shortness of breath, or not breathing enough. What you can do is just hit pause, and that will pause the prescription. So nothing's running right now, and you can kind of take care of your patient or whatever's going on. But just know that's options there. And then if you fix whatever the issue is, and then you can hit resume again, and you would have to hit run again to start. So that's the basics of the pump. Again, other videos to watch.